Hi everyone, I'm Mark Prince,
And I'm Delgado.
and this is View Reality. Now, what else is going on? Here on this space, it's a very safe space. This is where we talk about everything reality. We talk about how our reality affects us and how we affect our reality. And you and I know that ain't no better way to talk about reality if not by a lovely cup of tea.
Ooh, baby.
That's nice. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So today we'll be looking at things that are happening in our society and in our reality. I want to talk about. I'm directing this to you.
Okay.
Good. Now you are African American, right?
True.
And I'm African.
100% right on.
So what's your view on the perception, or do I say the narrative that African Americans do not like Africans such as myself? So what's your view on that?
I'm not going to say necessarily that we don't like Africans.
No, I'm
I'm
listening.
not going to say that we don't like them. But I do feel like, you guys do come off like very aggressive and like bossy. Like me personally, like when I met Africans years prior, they will come off so aggressive. And I'm just like, okay, well, wait, whoa. Now that could be fine, within their country. And mind you, the continent of Africa got multiple countries, and everyone is going to have their different way of doing things. But I just feel like when you are in another space of another country, you never know how we may take that, because as Americans,
I'm sorry to cut you off. I wouldn't say we come off aggressive because we're not. Let me tell you something.
coming from an African,
Yes. No, we're not. No. For real, we are not.
Okay.
The thing is this, yeah. As Africans, so okay, let me ask you. So when you say aggressive, you mean in the way we talk, right?
yeah.
Good. So
Or
that's
even if I was to say something, it may come off the wrong way that become an insult, and I'll be like, "Well, I didn't mean it."
yes,
that way.
because we have morals. We are taught morals, and we know how not to cross the lines. There are certain things.
Okay.
No offense. There are certain things you'd say to people, and it would be offensive, and it could be regarded as an insult. But I will tell you this for free. Okay, I'm not charging you. I will tell you this for free. Africans we are firm when it comes to our our speaking. We're very if that's the word, autocratic.
Wait, did
We
you say you were telling me this for free and won't charge me?
yes. Because this is a
Okay.
privilege. No, you're getting it direct from an African, okay? This is a privilege. So
Okay.
it's for free.
Okay.
So we Africans, we're very autocratic, we're very firm, we're very solid with our speaking, right?
Okay.
That doesn't mean we are aggressive. No, I will
Okay.
tell you this: Africans are the most softest, most kind, most peaceful people you would get to meet, except when you try to cross the line. They will tell you what
Well,
time
I
it
think
is.
that's with anyone. If you cross the line with anyone, the real us will end up showing up. You guys just come through the door, just woo, wow, woo. When
Okay,
I'm
so
just
let me
like, well,
ask.
damn.
No, is it it's okay? Because mostly this, because I even read online, this
Okay.
comes in from workplace, and I saw this. They say, "Oh, I had this coworker. He's African. He was so bossy. He stood this." I just want to ask: do you guys think we are bossy, or you think, or is it that we're just too smart?
Smart as who's smarter than us?
Yes,
We're not gonna go there.
but we can. We surely can. I think that's what it is because we
Look, I'm gonna say this. Africans is very smart. I'm not gonna deny that. You guys are very smart. And I can't say that you can't come off aggressive. In any other way, I can only speak for me. I can't speak for anybody else. For the Africans that I have met, came off aggressive, but it took me to sit down to understand the culture and the background of what the Africans actually represent.
I would just say I think you should drop the aggressiveness. That term, I don't like it. Not I don't like it. It's not what we are.
but it's also coming
No,
around
no.
now insult.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, I didn't say I was offended or insulted. What I'm saying is the term aggressive.
Aggressive, okay.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay.
You're saying, oh, Africans are. See, let me tell you this. This is why I feel like we have some sort of some sense of pride in us, not in a wrong way, because we know that we have a root.
Okay.
We have somewhere we are coming from.
And we don't?
Well,
Oh,
Well-
now we get down to the nitty gritty here.
well,
Because when it comes to like some cultures feel like Americans just don't have no type of foundation. And that's what I don't like.
in your
Because,
words, you said that, not
hey,
me.
but you also just said it in another way of well. No. You said it. So, you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to Black Americans, African Americans, we still hold a title of African American. Do a lot of Black Americans represent themselves as an African American? No, because some of them feel like that they don't have no descent of coming from Africa. Some don't. Some just say I'm just Black.
But that's just it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. You know, like with me, my mom born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. My dad is Cuban.
Mhm.
So he came over to the States, met my mom, got with her, had 4 kids with her. And I look at myself as Cuban descent. But I'm also I
because-
check mark Black African American. I don't say other and then write in the box, you know, Cuban descent. You know, people look at them like, what the hell? But when people think Cuban, they automatically think I'm speaking Spanish or something of the sort. I'm like, no, I don't speak that, you know.
Mhm.
And there's nothing wrong with speaking Spanish. I actually never got the chance to learn it. You know, my dad always said it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Africans, I've learned the culture.
Mhm.
I enjoy the food, beautiful food, nice gowns, beautiful gowns.
You're insane.
But no, like I actually am glad that I took the time to actually get to know what is it like to be an African and where you guys are actually coming from. Because if I didn't take the time out to understand it, I really feel like I would still hold on to that narrative that y'all just feel like y'all these bitches that just rule the world.
I mean, we are, but that's
See
it's
what I
not.
mean?
No, we are, but that's just not what we are. That's not all we come with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm proud to be African. I hold my culture, my heritage. I hold it. You know that so dearly to me. I love where I come from and I respect it.
Absolutely.
All right. So I just want to ask.
Okay.
So what makes an African American an African American?
That's actually a good question. Honestly, when it comes down to our ancestors, we have to just start there where our DNA lies at. Because I'm 33 years old. I haven't went all the way back to my roots.
Yeah,
to
because I'm
actually
sure if
see-
you go all the way back, maybe you're from Nigeria.
Yeah, maybe I'm from Nigeria. Maybe I'm
you're
Ghanaian.
Maybe
I don't
you're
know.
Yes.
I don't know where my descent will be at, where it actually lies. I don't know where my roots start. So it's going to be it's actually important to the Black African Americans to actually get down to the bottom of it and know our roots,
Mhm.
know where we actually come from. It's not just always slavery. It's not just, you know, the Black culture, what we actually was raised on or what our history was, but it is important for us to know exactly where we came from, because there's nothing wrong with being African. There's nothing wrong with being Black African American. There's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with being any descent that you choose to be. You can be Jamaican descent. You can be Cuban descent. At the end of the day, know where you actually are from. And that's just how it is. You know, you taught me when you are born within parents,
Mhm.
if you was born in the States but your parents is African and they both was raised in Nigeria, honey, you're Nigerian.
You're Nigerian, yeah.
And I always
Oh
looked
my
at it
god, I like that you brought. You know, when I was in the UK, yeah, I just said yeah. I mean
See,
When I was in the UK, yeah.
I'm not British.
Okay. This is one thing people say, and I used to frown at it, but now I feel like I'd say I do understand them.
Mm.
Because I meet people, you know, in college and in school, then in uni, be like, where are you from? They be like, oh, my parents are from Nigeria, but I'm British. Sis, I'm lighter than you are. You are dark, honey. You are black.
Black, honey, get up
Okay,
that
you
highway
are
because
you are black. Okay, so honey, you're black. Like it's left for our parents to educate them, to let them know, honey, you were born here, but this is your heritage.
Absolutely,
This is your roots.
Absolutely.
This is where you're from.
This
So don't
where
tell
you're
you
from.
your parents cannot be from. You're
But it's
from where
also-
your parents are from.
it's also up to the parents to help their children understand exactly where they're from.
Mhm.
Because sometimes parents move away from their home countries
I know.
and raise their children in a better country and don't even give their children that opportunity to know exactly what their history was as they was younger growing up, as not as a child, the parents. So sometimes it's hard for us to get that history when the parents is hiding it from us too.
Sure.
So it's like now it's up to you to go figure it out. It's up to you to understand like exactly where you came from. And why do I got to play charades with my mom, or why do I got to play charades with any parent? You know, your parents should be able to feel free to tell you, look, baby, this is where you are from. This is where I was raised at. But I moved here to give you a better life. But I want you to understand, honey, you came from the slums, or you actually came from the suburbs. But some people know when they got a silver spoon in their mouth.
All right. So I want to ask another question. I think I've asked this before, but I just want to get your view again because this is View Reality. So, again, do African Americans hate? Okay, sorry, hate is a strong word. Do African Americans dislike Africans because we're smarter than you are?
But are you really smart? Or is it more like that's the only way to escape something that you guys can actually proceed in your own country?
No. Okay, wait, hold it. I feel red. Did you just read me?
No, I didn't read it, but I will say this: a lot of Africans are really, really smart, and it actually comes from the education that other countries can provide to you guys. That
No. No. Our education was not provided by other countries.
No, I'm not saying that.
What
I'm saying is when it comes to some of you guys' country, and correct me if I'm wrong, but let me get this out. When it comes to you guys' country, some countries cannot provide that education to the African people of their own homeland. So when they actually want better for themselves, they do leave their country because they want that better education. Not saying that Africa can't provide it.
Okay.
But some countries can.
So for myself, yeah, there are some reasons why people leave Africa to go get education. It's not because we don't have a standard education back home.
Okay.
We do.
Okay.
Because actually we have the best form of education. The way we are being taught, we are taught in a way where we study hard. We go very hard with our studies.
And the only reason why I said that, and sorry to cut you off, is because some Africans that I have personally have spoke with, they said because America gave them better education.
I would say better facilities and better environment, a more conducive learning environment. I wouldn't really. I totally agree with. I mean, I studied in the UK myself, so I totally agree with the better education. But I still want you to know that the Nigerian. I'm speaking for Nigeria right now.
Okay.
Okay. So the Nigerian education system is amazing.
Okay.
It's great. They teach us so because you would find someone who isn't really smart back home. Once we come to these countries, we shine so much because of the way we've been, trained to study hard. So when we come here, it's lightweight here. Because when I got to the UK, the way they study is really lightweight. So when I use the way I used to study in Nigeria and I started studying, I was very bright in class, brighter than I was back home. So that's what it is,
and that's what I completely understand. Like Africans are really smart.
Yeah. So one of the reasons,
I don't want you to actually wear it on the sleeve or portray in another way that you feel like Americans dislike Africans, but I also don't want you to feel like Africans are smarter than Americans. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, go to your hospitals. I'm not saying Africans are more smarter, but even in your hospitals, the best doctors in the United States, they're Nigerians. Let's be clear. They are Nigerians.
And it still saddens me that you can't be the best doctor in your own country. That's what baffles me.
No, this is why. Because
that's why help me understand it.
Understand. That's what I'm trying to do. There is a thin line between education and economy. So the reason why we come here it's the economy of the economy and bad governance. That's what it is when it comes to Nigeria. I don't know about other African countries.
Would it be the same for me, being that now here in 2025, everyone know how the election is going right now in our country. Everyone know, baby, the gown is vintage.
Okay.
Like it's torn.
It's black and white.
I can't even get no thread to stitch this bitch. Look, at the end of the day, when it comes to our president, when it comes to the Americans, I can't even get it out.
Find it.
Honey, it's that bad in our country.
It takes that long?
Yep, it does. But when it comes to our government right now, when it also comes to our president that's in the house, he is trying to stop the Department of Education.
Yeah, I see that online.
He's trying to take that from K to 12. and it's really sad. And because we have a lot of international, students
Mhm.
that come over here to
I'm here.
get that better education. And then I feel like now, not only that, because you guys don't come over here to actually get the loans and everything. That's actually for the American people
Yeah, no,
who are
no.
citizens,
We
because
pay
you
for
pay
ours,
out
yes.
of pocket, and it's a lot of international students who pay it out of pocket. That's going to continue to pay it out of pocket because that's all they know. But when it comes to the American people and our education, it's becoming a pause. We're not getting the
Yeah.
loans. The grants is being taken away from us. So it's like when you guys are able to come into our country to get the education, it's now coming to us. Where are we going to go get ours? We can't, or we're not going to be able to afford school with our government providing the
Providing
loans
for
for
yeah.
us.
So this is I
Because
mean
everything in America is based off credit.
credit. I'll just say this and just put a stamp on it. When it comes to the reasons why the fortunate ones
Mm.
or the ones who could afford it to leave Africa to come study in diaspora, it's just, you'll be able to graduate when you should graduate. You will get good education, and by the time you're done, if you want to stay back, you'll still
Mm.
get a good job,
Yeah.
So it's those are the factors. It's not like we don't have. I'll still say it. We have a great education system in Nigeria, but I do understand why. I do understand why my parents had to send me to the
Mm.
UK to go study, and now I'm here in the United States doing my master's. So I do understand. It's just to have that, refined
Mm.
way of learning. You know what I'm saying? And
And where I work at right now, I work in one of the biggest hospitals right now in Dallas, and I can say there is a lot of Africans that roam through there.
yeah,
And it, I had this one incident with an African nurse there, and it's hilarious. But long story short, she came off so aggressive, and all I could do was laugh. I literally laughed while I seen my other employees get offended by it. And I had told one of my employees, I said, "Don't get offended by it." I said she actually meant no harm.
yep.
Like she literally meant no harm, and and that is
Some people
me.
say we're poetic. Is it poetic or yeah, poetic?
Mm.
We come off as though we're very dramatic. It's not like
You think?
I mean,
Very dramatic. I'll be like, ma'am, all I said was get this. Like you.
but hey, I mean, variety is the spice of life, right? So you just have to spice. But I'll just say this: I'm grateful that I'm able to, study out of Africa and know what I
Mm.
know today. And thank you for clearing the air about the. I mean, we'll still go more into this.
Mm.
We're just scratching the surface, right?
Yeah,
This is our first
absolutely.
episode, so we're just scratching the surface.
And on that note, I would actually like to end by saying when it comes to the African culture, I would like the American people to give it a try. Like, don't knock it until you actually try it. And if it's something that you don't like, don't call it disgusting. Just simply say it's not for your taste, or try something else. But it was a pleasure to speak
Mm-hmm.
about this. I'm glad that you would have me on as your co host.
You're
But I
welcome.
will say this when it comes to Americans, no.
It is what it is. And there you have it on today's View Reality. Again, I'm Mark Prince, and this is View Reality. On that note, I'm going to bye.